I'm using a secret ingredient in my raspberry and Choc-Avocado mousse. Perfectly ripe avocados. Now before you screw your nose up, I want to show you how simple, healthy and delicious this recipe really is. So when you're using avocados for a mousse, you want to use a variety that's really nice and creamy, like the velvety. Friends of ours from Byron have sent down a box of avocados for me to use in the recipe, but you might be lucky enough to have a tree of your own. Now, avocados are nutritional powerhouses containing almost 20 vitamins and minerals. So it's hard to believe that chocolate mousse can be good for you, but I promise this one really is. So I'm going to use 2 avocados and I'm going to pop it straight into my blender. Using a nice big spoon to scoop out the avocado flesh just makes it a little bit easier. Right, the next ingredients I'm using is 1 frozen banana and about half a cup of frozen raspberries. Now the trick with freezing a banana really is just peeling the banana and chopping it up into small pieces, as it will just make the blending process that little bit easier and it will make our mousse lovely and creamy. Raspberries and chocolate are a classic flavour pairing, and you don't have to add the raspberries into this mousse, but it just gives it a really nice tang. Now to add the chocolate element, I'm using raw cacao powder, which is full of antioxidants and also gives you a bit of an energy boost. So about 2 tablespoons. And for that added sweetness, I'm using a little bit of maple syrup. Now you could also use rice malt syrup. We could leave it out if you don't like it too sweet. And lastly, I'm adding in some coconut milk. Now a little trick, I've popped the coconut milk can into the fridge overnight, which helps the coconut milk basically set so you get this really nice thick layer. Now scoop it out. I tend to use around half a cup. The watery part of the coconut milk, don't use. You can use it for another recipe. Now this is ready to be blended on high speed until it's smooth and luscious. Alrighty, now for the worst part of the job, tasting the chocolate mousse. Just the right amount of sweetness, but you may want to add more if you've got a little bit of a sweet tooth. Now to serve these up, grab some pretty glassware, and all you need to do is just pop it straight in, and I've got some extra things to garnish the chocolate mousse with. Now the great thing about this mousse is that it actually does keep in the fridge for a few days. Not that it might last that long. Now I like to add in some extra raspberries. And also I've got some cacao nibs, which are straight from the cacao pod. They're a little bit bitter, but they add an extra crunch and also provide that little boost of energy that you might need for a mid-afternoon pick-me-up. And just because they're pretty, I've got some dried rose petals. So I'm going to add those on too. How's this for a Gardenettes twist on a classic dessert using farm fresh avocados?